Thank you, Mr. Hari. Good morning, everybody. I'm Prashant Mohata. I'm Managing Director of Gimatex Industries. This Gimatex Industry is an integrated textile company working, and I've been part of this family for more than 110 years. I'm the sixth generation in the same family which is running this textile business. And we are in the heart of Vidarbha. So I'm representing Vidarbha, and I can confidently say that I can give you a pulse of how Vidarbhites think. Also, I am Vice President of Vidarbha Industries Association, which is basically a supporting organization of IPPI in this event. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate IPPI and especially Hari Lal ji for organizing this event today. This is a very opportune time to organize an event like this when we already know that a lot of good policies have been announced by the government. Though they are yet to take shape, but we are confident that in coming time we will see a lot of industrial development happening if these policies get implemented. VIA has played a very active role in ensuring that these policies see the light of the day. Particularly, VIA has been very active when it comes to deciding on the tariff proposals. Goenkaji, who heads our energy cell, has been the flag bearer and has been taking up this job regularly without any personal interest and trying to make sure that the Maharashtra consumers get a best deal and so that they can sustain their operations. So VIA has also been creating a lot of electricity related awareness. It has been spreading a lot of energy conservation measures. So VIA has played quite an active role in this region as well as in the state of Maharashtra for ensuring that consumers benefit the most. Now about Vidarbha particularly, because as I told you, I have been in Vidarbha for many years and my family has stayed here for so long. Vidarbha, we already have seen that Vidarbha has a lot of standard capacities. There is huge availability of coal. It is much less industrialized. It has a lot of power generation capacities, and the power is getting transmitted from this area to the other areas of Maharashtra or even to other parts of the country. But the main problem which why this region needs a boost or needs more hand holding is that this is in the center of the country but away from the market. As you know that most of the consuming market lies in the region of Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, or say for that matter in Chennai. In all these regions where you have real consumption, Vidarbha is away from it. So the freight cost for any industry here will be little higher than what you have in a particular kind of industry which is situated near the port or near these consuming markets. Also, because of the high cost of import and export, one can see that industries get affected who are actually placed in Vidarbha and doing their operations. So, till date we have found that the industries in this region are looking for some or the other benefits, and particularly this sector, this overall region has been neglected in overall development of Maharashtra. As you see that 32% of area is occupied by Vidarbha in Maharashtra, but still when we analyzed in our last meeting, when we analyzed that how much of the money of various varieties of schemes comes to this region, it is seen that not more than 12% of amount is being utilized by industries or say agriculture schemes of this region compared to what you have in other parts of Maharashtra. So it has been neglected when it comes to the support which you get from the government. I am not saying that only the government is to be blamed for it. We Vidarbhites as well as industrialists of the region are themselves to be blamed, because we have been very passive decision makers. We try to see others and then try to take steps. We try to follow and do not take a lead. So there have been many examples if such kind of lead would have been taken as has been done by other industrialists of region. Probably we would have seen good progress happening in this region as well. So basically this industry needs promotion. Fortunately we have the right setup as of now. We have the Chief Minister from this place. We have the very powerful ministers from this region. And I can foresee a good development happening in the region, and therefore I said to have this event organized here is a very at this very right juncture is a very good thing. But again, as I said, we Vidarbhites are little lethargic. You can see the kind of attendance we have here today. I don't understand why people have not been coming to this forum today, because it is such an important topic that we are discussing, which is power. And power particularly from the point of view of consumer. We all know that power has become a major raw material for each of us. At least in textiles it contributes to more than 15-16%. and many other sectors, particularly steel, it's much more. So we all need quality power at an economical rate, which we have not been getting. Power has been a very complex issue in the state of Maharashtra. In 2008, I remember the power cost was 3 rupees 20 paisa. And if I see my last January bill, it was 8 rupees 20 paisa. So you can imagine the increase of tariff which has happened in this last 6 years. And to fight this kind of challenge of high cost of power, we have many new things coming up which we are about to discuss through open access. So there has been a sharp increase in the cost of power. Also, what we see in this particular region is, in the power area, is the centralization of powers within the hands of the Mumbai Pratasgarh. We see that for any major activity, we have to move to Mumbai. So, and that too, as Mr. Hari had highlighted, we do not have any competition to bank upon. We are left to the whims and fancies of the officials. When do they release our power, what procedures they follow, what they do not follow. But ultimately it goes by how they do it. And that is a very, very big challenge for us to set up new industry and get new connections, or even to manage our day-to-day operations in terms of refunds and all those things. So, and also the power policy of Maharashtra is quite complex. There has been many, many changes happening. In spite of having a multi-year tariff, I think it is more on paper only. We have seen that many times a lot of power policies have changed. And all these policies have been framed mostly for short term. I am very sorry to say these policies which need a long term vision have been framed many times for short term only. I will just give you an example. Recently there is a night tariff rebate. A very, very right policy of having cheaper power to be given in the night, which is approximately 2.5 rupees cheaper than the normal day tariff. But again, there are talks happening that this policy might be withdrawn because of not getting effective additional capacity in the night. I understand fully that maybe the results might not have come yet, but these are the things which take its own time. Because unless there has been no commitment, it has always been like in 6 months we'll review it, in 6 months we'll review it. So as an industrialist, I don't see myself moving to night shift. I see maybe 6 months down the line, again the tariff might increase. So why should I shift my operation from daytime to the night time? So I need something where I have a long-term policy vision. If something is said that okay, for next 5 years this is going to be, then as an industrialist I will make an effort to shift all my employees, my supervisors, my quality, everything to the night operation. But such kind of structured long-term vision has not been given. It has been kept to a 6 months stand. So everybody doubts whether this is going to be sustainable or not. Even the drive which has to be taken from the electricity board to shift such kind of consumers who are actually one shift operators or actually operating the day shift to shift them to the night. Such kind of paper should go to them which says that this is the benefit that you can take by reducing your power cost. You shift towards the night. This is the policy which we have for night. This is the way you can take advantage. Such kind of proactive steps which were to be taken by the government, where they had formed that kind of policy, were not taken from the government side. But again I said, these needs to be a long-term policy. Only then consumers of the region will take advantage of it. And where again I say, we are lethargic, the rights are lethargic, but at least some kind of support needs to be given if the whole region has to see the growth. The good part about this area is that, not this area, but the state, is that there is ample availability of power as of now. There are less fluctuations, quality of power is quite good. At least for industries, the shutdown is not happening. But there are certain many issues of power which we have to take regularly. Is the right to services, citizen charter. Basically, as I said, we are left to the whims and fancies of the bureaucracy which is operating the power sector. So what we need is the right to services, which CM has already spoken about, and I am very hopeful that it might come in a year's time at least, where we have standard time given for that. This is the time and this is the policy, or this is the procedure that you have to follow for achieving whatever you want to achieve in terms of power connections. So such kind of things, we want those things to shape up. I really hope that IPPI takes up this point with the government department and conveys a message to have for the consumer, because if we are talking about consumer, what we need is a proper standard time of procedures and standard operating procedures. There are documents, but in terms of implementation, I have seen that they have lagged far behind than the expectation. Also, one more thing which I would like to highlight is the topic of open access. I was told by IPPI to share my experiences because I have been an open access consumer for more than 3 years now. I was one of the earliest open access consumer. Since 2012, I have taken the advantage. Let me tell you, that time when open access was being given, I was partnering, I had a PPA with Global Energy only, and that time very few consumers, even my friends who always I used to speak about or share my experience, had a doubt of moving to open access. That time the policy was much more simpler. You did not have this 15-minute adjustment thing. You could do it on a monthly basis. Number of units you consume minus number of units have been injected by generator, and it used to give you the bill. That was the kind of policy that existed then. Still, very few people. I don't know how many, probably 4 or 5 consumers in Maharashtra would have gone for it. And particularly, I guess only from Vidarbha, our company was one of them only. So, as I said, such kind of decisions need to be taken. People have to take a little bit of risk when they see that their costs are getting beyond the control. These kind of things had to be taken then. Today, the open access has become very complex. There are many procedural issues which come in the way. Particularly, we see that cross subsidy surcharge is very high, and probably even the petition has been filed where it has been increased to 2.5 times. So I don't see how it's going to turn up. But fortunately, if CSS is exempted in the region, I greatly believe or very strongly believe that this region is going to see a lot of development. Today, open access is just not open. To make it open, we have thought about a lot of new policies which we need to work on. There are a lot of things related to group captive, CPP. Also, there is a lot of risk associated as of now because of temporary tariff and a lot of other things. So, how to take care of this? I would request Goenka ji to suggest some solution to it and to our consumers to take full advantage of it. Thank you.